day, everyone. We are the group 6 and we are assigned to ask questions to the 5 groups regarding to our topic, the 5 models of disabilities. But before that, I want you first to meet my team. Starting from our team leader, Mr. Darrell John Masong, our researchers, Ms. Jivy Medallo and Mr. Christian Francis Gallardo, and yours truly, Maria Angelica Mediana, your resource collector. So I know that you are all familiar to us, so let's proceed to the main objective of this video. So for today's video, we will be sharing to you the question that we asked to the 5 groups. We have the 5 models of disabilities. First is the moral or religious model. Second is the biomedical model. Third is the functional and rehabilitation model. Fourth is the social model. And fifth is the twin track and right-based approach. For the moral and religious model, we asked the question, when can you say that a disability is a curse or a gift from God? So to answer that, for the moral and religious model, this model believes that a disability is a curse and a gift from God. So it is considered a curse if it is a sin not committed by the person itself, but by their parents or their ancestors. On the other hand, it is considered a gift from God if the parents of the person with disabilities or the ancestors did not commit a mortal sin. It means that the person is chosen by God.
In biomedical model, we ask the question. So in biomedical model, only focusing on treatment and medical study or prevention is also included. And to answer that question, yes, it also includes the prevention because a biomedical model is a surrogate for human being or human biological system that can be used to understand normal and abnormal function from gene to phenotype and to provide a basis for preventive and therapeutic intervention in human disease. So it has 2 approaches or aspects, which is diagnosis. So if we can able to see the illness earlier, we can do the intervention in which we can do or have any action to prevent those illness.
Proceeding, next we have the functional or rehabilitational model. Just like the previous model, the biomedical model, this model also requires the help of professionals. But unlike the previous model, which is to habilitate, meaning to acquire a new skill, this model prompts to rehabilitate, meaning to reacquire a once lost ability. Since due to a misfortunate event or illnesses, the individual loses functionality of a specific organ or limbs rather. So in this model aims to be able to minimize those effects in order to give back its functionality or at least some of its functionality. Notably, a question arises in this model. What happens to that individual after participating or finishing the program but still did not meet the expected results? What would the facility do? Would they stop their concerns for that patient or would they still continue? So to answer your question, actually, yes, the facility will still continue to cater the needs of that individual. It's not a question of will the facility continue, but rather it's a question of will the individual still continue with the processes, since the facility will still introduce new approaches to those specific needs of that person.
So for the social model, we ask the question, how to reduce those barriers to ensure full and equitable participation in the society for individuals with disabilities. So to answer that question, first, the model says that the people are disabled by the barriers in the society, not by their impairment and disabilities. So the best way to reduce those barriers is to involve the entire society in the process. Involving the community in the decision-making process, it makes them a stakeholder and it encourages them to do what is right for the society. And And also, transparency and good governance are the important tools to remove social barriers. When everyone is participating in the decision-making process, then it ensures transparency. And it helps in eliminating and overcoming social barriers.
So we are down now to our last model, which is the twin track and right-based approach. So for this model, the question is, how does the twin track and right-based approach reinforce inclusive education? To answer that, if we are going to define twin track approach, this is an approach ensuring the inclusion of every people with disabilities in all development programs at all stages. On the other hand, right-based model, this is a model emphasizing the rights of every people with disabilities, either it's for education or for employment. So twin track and right-based approach reinforce inclusive education in a way that it embraced the holistic change of education system that allows students or youth with disabilities to access education on full and equitable basis like others.
Well, I guess that's a wrap. That's about it. But before we end this video, we would like to leave you with a quote by Kang Kijarong Yen. Able does not mean enabled. Disabled does not mean less abled. Well, I hope you guys learned something new. Until next time, bye.